Welcome everybody to another edition of Behind the Curtain. This is your host and co-host, A, along with
Who Kid
and
GPS,
better known as Rome. Oh, GPS, because he always delivering that good news. All right, fellas. So today we're going to talk about what everybody wants to know, which is the NBA Finals. So first question, how do you guys feel about the finals? And do you still think your team that you chose is going to win the finals?
We'll let GPS go ahead and go first since he's new.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so I did pick the Suns because it seemed like they were playing the best ball initially. But the Bucks got the size and they hadn't been playing to their strengths. So if they go big and get Aiden in foul trouble, there's nobody behind them, man. I think the Bucks can come back and win the series.
So what you saying the Bucks got a chance, or are you still sticking with the Suns?
I want the Suns to win. I ain't gonna lie. I'm going for the Black Coast, man. That's a big part of it. I want CP3 to get one, but the Bucks, if they take advantage of their size, they really could win, man, because they got Crowder guarding Giannis, man, and they hit him with a high-low, get Aiden out of the game. It's a wrap, man.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm a little with Sean with this one. Like I think that last game helped out Giannis a whole lot, meaning that they made sure he got to the line. Because I think he shot like 20 free throws, I want to say. So I kind of figured that first game they was going to do that just to make sure that they established dominance for him. So he's good. Like they're not gonna worry about him. But the likelihood of all of them playing like that again, what you think?
At home is a good chance. My fault, Wookie. You go ahead and answer that one, man.
I just don't see it happening. Bobby Porter showed up. He ain't showed up all series. Chris Middleton, it's his first foul shots. How are you just now shooting foul shots in this third game and you'll score?
Yeah, I do agree with that. But see, in Porter's defense, he only played 9 minutes. He averaged 9 minutes the first 2 games. I didn't know that. So part of it is on coaching, man.
Who you taking minutes away from? Lopez?
Because Lopez had the 3-point line, man. He ain't aggressive at all. To me,
then you ain't using as
what you say, Wookie?
Then you're not using your size.
That's true.
And see, it goes back to that point that I made the other day when I was saying you get Giannis in the game, you move Brook Lopez and all of them out. And that's all they kept doing was that one-on-one ball, throwing them the ball, letting them go one-on-one in the post. Because literally nobody can check them.
No.
But if they can figure out a way to double team them, they don't need to play that zone anymore. They just need to figure out a way to double team them. That zone is killing them. That's why they got all those points, was because Phoenix went to that zone and all he was doing was middle man, busting them wide open. So I'm like, just don't play the zone, and I think Phoenix will be okay. I think Phoenix will play better this game 4 than they played in game 3.
Oh, yeah. Devin Booker had a terrible game. Terrible. And they should have been blown out the first quarter, the way they were shooting and everything like that. Milwaukee had the game in wraps. They didn't take advantage of it. That's why I thought they were going to lose, because they weren't really showing up until, halftime, basically third quarter. But CP3 is going to be a problem. He's going to win MVP. You're not stopping this dude. That's my MVP right there. And Devin Booker, I say he go for 40 next game. It's a wrap for Milwaukee, I believe.
Well, see, teams play well in front of their home crowd, so I'm giving them a fighting chance because of that. But if the Lopez show up, I think it was game 5 or game 6 against Atlanta, when he actually played down low and dominated using his size to his advantage. If that version shows up, the Bucks actually has a chance to win. If not, the wrap, like you say. He at the 3-point line, you taking away your advantage. I mean, I can guard the 3-point line.
I agree with you on that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Because it's you need too much to go right for the Bucks. You don't need a whole lot to go right for the Suns. Like, you need Middleton to be on, or at least give you a good 20 points. You need Drew Holiday to give you anywhere from 10 to 20 points. You need Bobby Portis that give you blocks, rebounds, and whatever else points he give you. I don't know. I just think it's a lot that has to go right every single night that the Bucks play, because you don't go back to game 1 and 2 when them dudes didn't show up like that. It wasn't even close. So you figure game 3 they was gonna win at home. Now the real tell is gonna be game 4, and we're gonna see what happens in game 4.
Like you were saying too, the last time the Suns haven't played a perfect game yet or a good game yet.
No, they haven't.
I think this was Milwaukee's probably best game.
Yeah.
Because, a little bit of everybody, well, the second half was their best game. The first half, they played okay, but their second half was probably their best game that they're going to be able to bring out. I don't really see them doing too much better than this, but the Suns still haven't even showed us the Suns like they've been showing us during the playoffs.
Right.
Well, now that's true. But see, I'm old school, man. I believe in high-low basketball. Giannis, he don't have any business to pass the free throw line. Him and Lopez, if they hit the high-low, man, the Bucks can't do anything about it. And so the Suns, to me, rely on jump shots, which can come and go. But if you play down low, big man, layups versus shooting jump shots, I'll take layups any day, man. That's my opinion.
So who's the big man that they got in the post then?
Giannis or Lopez. They take each other. Whoever 8 and 8 guard needs to be in the post. Because you got
bro.
What you say? Who did?
He got to hit his free throws. I'll foul him all day.
I would too.
But they don't have anything left. Like if Aiden gets in foul trouble, you see they getting killed on the boards. That's actually how they won the game to me last year.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Go ahead, Don.
No, I said I would agree with that. They got killed on the boards because they didn't have the size. But like what they should have done is the coach should have told Monty should have been like, "Yo, everybody crash the boards." That because you smaller. That's how I was always taught, is that because the team is bigger than you, everybody got to crash the boards. So if they crash the boards more, I believe they'll be okay. But they did get out rebounded, and you can tell that size mattered for the Bucks. It really did matter, because soon as Ayton went out, they took advantage of it, and that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. Go ahead, Wookie. I know you're about to say something.
But at shooting too on parts of the Suns, so of course you're gonna have a lot more rebounds. But yeah, like I was saying, Giannis, I'll foul him. I won't even put Aiden on it. I'll bring someone off the bench and just hack the shack,
right, all
day long. And Aiden could be in. He just won't be guarding. If you pick and roll, don't switch or just foul him. So I mean, don't even let him. Even if they in the bonus, foul him. I'll just straight up hack a shack until you prove to me that you shooting at least 80% from the line. You're gonna be there all day struggling. Yeah. I don't care.
I definitely agree with you on that, man. I don't know why that isn't the strategy either. To me, though, they have length at every position, man. Even their guards are much bigger, so they're not taking advantage of their size, man. And then CP3, Booker, they prove that they can beat you. I would make somebody else beat me. Crowder, Bridges been hitting pretty good, but Crowder, one of them would have to beat me, man. They've been killing those. Yeah. I would blitz on the pick and take my chances with Crowder, man.
But okay, so if you had to choose between a more reliable jump shooter, would you choose Middleton or would you choose Crowder?
Middleton. Yeah, to me, Crowder is very streaky, man. Mm-hmm. Middleton is streaky as well, but to me, he's a much better shooter.
Yeah, and I believe.
Okay, I got you. You talking about all around shooting, not just 3-point. I got you. That makes sense. Yeah, he is, because Jay Crowder just on the point line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Man, this next one burns, man. This next one burns. We got to talk about it though, but this one burns. Team USA losing to Nigeria. What do you guys got to say about that one? Even though I know it's exhibition, don't really count. What y'all got to say about that?
To me, if I'm a hooper, every game counts. I ain't losing. Simple as that. If I got this USA on my jersey and we supposed to be the best team, y'all better be out here playing like we the best team. We should never lose. No. People come to us to learn how to play. We're not going over there to learn how to play. They look at us as the stars. Granted, other countries that are doing good, you know, they're coming up in the game. I say about another 10 years, it's going to be almost equal, you know, drafting
right.
both that, but we should lose.
Well,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Nah.
They got a few stars in there to me, but I don't like the makeup of the team, man. I don't think they're gonna bring home the gold. I like KD, I like Dame, I like some of the players with the size. The Europeans, they've been playing together longer, man. In USA, because you know we call them talent. We have so much talent that I think now they take it for granted.
And that's what kills me. We got so much talent. Why are we losing? You tell me you cannot kill this dude one all day long? KD, feed him then. Who can stick?
But okay, so prior to me coming on today, I was watching a little bit of it. And what they doing is playing this unselfish type ball. So they're trying to keep passing it. So in normal games where they would shoot it, they're passing it. They're making an extra pass. So they're just being pass heavy right now because I think they're trying to figure out how to play with each other. But I do agree with Rome said is that they've been playing together for such a long time. That's like us playing together against 5 dudes that's just coming off the street. You know what I'm saying? Like we have the chemistry together. So most of those teams already have their chemistry. They're trying to formulate this chemistry. And I think it's going to be tough because you don't have a lot of time to do it. And I think that's going to be a part of the problem. That's why I don't think it's going to be tough for them to win the gold because of that right there.
Come on, man. They're NBA players. You should know how to play with anybody. You should know their strength. You watch these players. You study these players. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to know his weaknesses, his strengths. If you're supposed to be the best player, if you want to be the best player, you got to know what you're going up against.
But they don't have the time to really watch that, though.
Yeah, you've been playing with people your whole career. You do have time. You watch film on these people, just not that team, but you know how people play on your team. I'm talking about Dame Lillard, you know how KD plays, you know how Brad Bill plays, you know the spots they want the ball in. You're guarding these people, you know what I'm saying? You know how to people if you're a hooper. So what's the problem?
Hey, you know what though, Sean? I agree with Dunn, man. On the chemistry, it plays a role. Like, so, you know how we all played together coming up, and we underestimated, you know, how well we played together. And I had a coach tell me, even coming up, I grew up playing my cousins and stuff. He's like, y'all not the best talented, y'all not the most talented players I ever seen, but y'all play together better than anybody. And I think chemistry is underrated, man. So you got teams that's been playing together for years. They come, they know each other's game. If I give you a look, you know, I'm finna cut. Right. Where say, hey, like Don said, they overpass and they trying to make everybody happy. But once they get their feet wet, they have a talent to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if they come up short.
Yeah, because talent don't always triculate the wins. Because we done seen a lot of talented teams that never won anything. And just because you got the talent and you put it together, don't necessarily mean you're going to win. Because we've been down this road before. There's been multiple teams that were extremely talented that didn't win the whole thing.
Because, man, I'm telling you, the NBA nowadays is not how it used to be. Watching NBA nowadays, if you got scores, you should be a guaranteed lock to win because this is all we're doing. We're putting up points. We ain't playing defense. We're seeing who can put the points up on the board, period. We're shooting as fast as we can. We're shooting, you know, it's a scoring game. It ain't no defense. You know, I'm going to guard you like I'm not handling you. I'm not all body checking. I'm not doing all that. You see how these players play nowadays. They're giving you 5 feet to shoot a 3. If you behind the 3, they're giving you more. All we're doing is pulling. So you cannot tell me we don't have the best scorers on the USA team right now. These are bucket getters on our squads. All of them. Go out and get buckets. Go get buckets. Play like you out here playing street ball.
But you don't have like those high profile names like that though. You know what I'm saying? Like you got not quite the superstars just yet that's playing in the Olympics. Because all right, think about it. When they had LeBron, Kobe, Carmelo,
and they
when they had that squad, bar none, I think that team could compete with that 92. Yes, that 92 team. Yes, I firmly believe that. But when I'm saying that, you don't do this, Sean. Don't do this. You don't agree with that?
No.
Yeah, it's a lot of them players that wash each other out, Sean. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, I am, I'm kind of biased. I ain't gonna lie. So even with the LeBron Jordan comparison, I'm biased because that's who we grew up on. But if we're realistic, man, Kobe is basically Jordan 2.0. I mean, he does some things better than Jordan to me, and he committed to defense though. Then you got LeBron, to me, was his better version of Magic. If you put the overall team, it does depend on which rules you play by, but the athleticism, a player made a point, man. Like Jordan was ahead of his time. Like, it's 5 or 6 Jordans on the team, athletic-wise, on every team. But, back when he was coming up, he was in a class by himself. And on top of that, he had talent too. So that's why Jordan stands out so far. And even like you look back then, like KD, LeBron, Kobe, they all great. Where would Jordan's second best player, where would he rank today?
Hold on, who would be his second best player? Pippen?
Well, not even the second best player in the league. You take when he went to the finals in '93, you got Clyde Drexler, right? Mm-hmm. Where was Clyde Drexler ranked today? And he was the second best player back then. That's how talented he is today.
Because look, to me, Clyde Drexler didn't have no jump shot. He was a decent jump shooter. Michael Jordan had the best mid-range game possibly ever.
Right.
That fadeaway is just unstoppable. And he went to it every time because it was unstoppable. This is what I'm saying. If I know I got an unstoppable shot, you're going to have to stop. I'm going to go to it every time. You see Michael Jordan's shooting chart? That shit is like 17 feet in all day long. Why don't I go way out here when I know you can't guard me right here?
Right. I do agree. That's what makes no sense, man. Like, what I don't understand about Giannis, why you trying to prove that you can shoot a 3, why not take advantage of your strengths? Jordan, the prime example. He stayed with what worked for him. I ain't gonna lie, Kobe, man, rest in peace to him. I didn't give Kobe his props. I hated him being compared to Jordan, man. But when I finally settled in, Kobe was he was close. He was bad. Yeah, but then think about Kobe though. Kobe had more range than Jordan, and part of it because that was the game then, versus now. So that if Jordan was playing today, of course he would adapt. But Kobe had more range. He had a better handle. He didn't have a life, so he had probably a better even workout, man. It was crazy. But Jordan and Kobe, of course, he, teacher versus student. But when you look at the talent of the players today versus back then, it's really not close, man.
No, I agree. I agree with you on that.
Whoa. What you're saying is that today's talent is better than yesterday's talent?
Definitely, man.
I would say athleticism, stuff like that is better. I won't say their talent, their athleticism.
Well, definitely athleticism. But if you look at it, man, like you got folks that was doing what they were doing in dunk contests. These folks doing in regular games now. It's ridiculous. Athletic. Yeah, so they definitely more talented. I think players, like Clyde Drexler, he couldn't even use his left hand back then. If you watch all his highlights, just going to the right, man. If he couldn't get to his left, that cat wasn't scoring, man. It was crazy. But like today, just about every player, they're going left, they're going right.
But that's the thing too, like you're saying, Clyde can use his left, but who was making him go left? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you got players, I know you can't use left, so that's what I'm saying. Watching players, I'm going to make you go left until you work on your left, until I know that, damn, now I got to figure out something else to stop you because you can go to your left now. Players are watching each other like, I got to work on this, I got to work on that. If I can't, dunk, I'm going to have a fire-ass jumper.
Right. See, Don, I had this question, man, too, about that dream team. And, we went back and forth about it. But if you put Shaq on that team instead of Christian Laettner, Isaiah like he should have been, that team is probably defeated. But, you talk about, with the few weaknesses they had, I think them players are going to run for their money, man, because that team with Kobe and Bron was underrated, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, all right, let me explain it like this. I think today's players are more prepared and more NBA ready than when we was growing up. Because our thing was to go to college and then go to the NBA. Or maybe when I say good 98% 80% players went to college first, then the NBA, right? So over the years, players have gotten, in my opinion, better in the aspect of dribble, pass, and shoot because they play ball all year round now. Like there's no days off. And so because they play that amount of ball, the players now are better, I believe, because they're being exposed a lot more and they're being exposed to it at a younger age. So think about the very first time you actually had to really start taking jump shots. It wasn't when you was like in the 5th and 6th grade, because you could still go to the layup. That's all you could do was just the layup. But like now, you literally have to be able to shoot the ball at that age now. And it's crazy to me. I'm like, yo, and because you see these players now in college taking these, like we was talking about last week, 3-on-1 break, 3-on-2 break. They play out to the 3-point line. That wasn't happening in the 80s and the 70s. Right. You might have one dude that'll do that. Now that's the way basketball is. But the thing is that most of these guys have, and women, I don't mean to say just guys, but most of these players nowadays are they have the ability to shoot better, a lot better than what we saw growing up, because either you was a mid-range shooter or you was a layup and dunk type of person. You didn't have a lot of 3-point shooters like that. But when Reggie Miller and that era came through, that's when it started picking up.
Right. Now, I thought about this as well. Like, think about how many centers, like KD 7 feet handling the ball like a guard. And I don't know if it's just because they didn't want to allow to back then, but I think of only 2 centers that can move like that and play today's game. The 90s era was dominated by centers, but you take Olajuwon and David Robinson, they're the only 2 players that can probably keep up with the pick and roll today. Shaq ain't coming out guarding Curry on the pick and roll, man. He's getting 8 alive, man.
Yeah, I agree. But it's like you were saying, like the big man, if you were 6'4" in high school, you a center. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now 6'4", you know you're a point guard or a guard. You're not, come on. Because any other level, you're going to be guarding, guards and stuff like that. You're not center. Even if you're in 8th grade now, they're teaching these kids, I don't care how tall you are, you need to dribble, shoot everything.
Yep.
It's crazy. Skills are.
And that's why that's the main reason why I said that today's players they're better, gonna be better just because of that. Like they don't have days off anymore like they used to. Like my daughter, she plays like almost year round in a sense. So it's like, when does it stop? Like these kids don't ever take a break really.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they're in college or they go to the league. Like that, it happens that fast.
I do agree with the players being better, more athletic as well. But I think it comes down to the older players were probably smarter. And they smarter in the sense that they didn't have the talent like these players do today, like a John Stockton. He hit you with the pick and roll, hit you backdoor cuts, he eating you alive. You old white dude killing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So I think the players were smarter back then because they didn't have as much talent to rely on to get them by.
Got you.
I agree.
All right, fellas. That was a good one, man. That was a good one. All right. The last one. Who do you think is going to be overall number 1 pick? And would that be your pick for the number 1 overall pick?
Man. So Detroit has the pick, right?
Detroit has the number 1 pick.
Right.
I mean, I like the young dude out of the D League, Jalen Green, his name is.
Right.
Yeah, Jalen Green.
He's nice. To me, if I'm drafting, he's NBA ready.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at, But I know Detroit, their squad isn't NBA ready. They're all young, that's their first little, come around. So I have to go with what was it? Cam? Cunningham?
Oh, Cunningham.
Yeah.
K-State?
Yeah. Just all around game. I mean, he nice.
Right. Oh, I seen him.
Yeah. I think he's gonna be overall number 1 pick just by talent alone. I've seen him play more than I have the rest of the cats, so I might be a little biased towards him. Mm-hmm. But he got a nice game overall. And of course, you go by potential. But usually the players, I mean the teams, they pick the best talent, man.
Hey, you know what they say about potential, right?
Oh yeah.
Get you fired.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're right. But to be honest with you, I think I do kind of agree with Sean on this one. I kind of like Jalen Green. He is game to me. He can play multiple positions. Like with Cade Cunningham, I think he's coming in there just to score or just to be a hopefully not coming in to be no point guard. But Jalen Green has like a versatile game. Because I've seen a couple games he played in the G League, and he performed pretty well considering like he still should like be in his freshman year of college. And I think that was a good adaptation for him. So if it was me taking it, I would probably go with Jalen Green.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with him either, man. I actually like him too. I just got a chance to see Cunningham play more, so that's pretty much what it comes down to for me. But I did look at Evan Mosley too, man. At USC, he had a nice all-around game too, man. I wouldn't number one, but I like his game.
I don't know, man. To me, he looks like he gonna be, but when he gets to that league, I just don't think he's gonna have the heart and mental and all that just to push through. You know what I'm saying? He just don't look like he gonna make it to the league and just be an okay player. I don't think he's gonna be a hooper.
So like, who would your comp be? Who would you compare him to?
Right now, he looks like Marcus Camby in college. Marcus Camby in college, he had that post game. He was defense. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Camby in college could do everything. He got to the league, he just changed. He played into a defense player.
But see, you know the bad part though, man. Like, so I used to wonder like how cats average 20 points in college or 25 points in college and 2 in the NBA. Part of the NBA is the system you go into, man. Like, you know, if you think about like a player like Steph Curry, he couldn't play for Larry Brown back in the day because he didn't play defense. They wouldn't let him shoot out them crazy shots, you know. Like, so if you put him in the 90s, he might not even make a team, man. Because he couldn't, you know, he don't do anything exceptional outside of shooting. You know, he's a good ball handler, but that wasn't the system back then.
You'd have got 8 up in the 90s.
Right. But you put him with the right system though, like, so I think the players come down to the system you in, man. Like, cause like you put Draymond Green, for instance, you put him with any other team, what kind of player he's gonna be? He wouldn't be an all-star.
He has 2 teams he could probably go to and still be an all-star. One, the Spurs, because their system is, I think anybody can adapt to their system.
Agree.
Because of Pop. Pop's going to make you adapt. And I just think it's Pop, period.
Right.
And probably the Sixers, because he's a better Ben Simmons to me because he could shoot. He's going to shoot shots. You know what I'm saying? He's aggressive. But he's not better than Ben Simmons, but he's more aggressive, should I say. Yeah. Other than that, you're right. He ain't going nowhere doing nothing.
Right. So that system going to play a role. So Detroit system, coaching, adapting. You know, you got some players that come in the league and they given the ball, they given the opportunity to actually shine. Whereas you got some players come in, you make a mistake, coach worry about his job. I ain't finna let this rookie, you know, make me lose
my job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's like how we were talking about, you know, comparing back in the days, they'd be showing stats, you know, like DeAndre Ayton, his first, 5 games, he's averaging double-double. Now he's compared to Shaq and Wilt Chamberlain. How do y'all feel about them comparing them like this now? One, because the game, like you're saying, has changed so much. We're shooting a lot more, so of course it's going to be more rebounds. You're going to be scoring a lot more. To me, it's kind of like a biased stat now to compare old people with these new people because the game is so much different.
Yeah. Just
like Steph Curry. Look how many threes he's already at. And he's not even halfway done with his career. He's already passed Reggie Miller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And they're making, now Reggie Miller out the books at this rate. Have people shooting threes. And that's crazy for me to hear that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense, but like, once again, it's that system and how they playing the game today. Because like, think about Reggie Miller, even Ray Allen, he didn't get to play this free like he did. Like, I remember back the person shooting deep threes, or we used to call him Dan Marley coming up, man, because he used to shoot them long deep threes, man. Anybody shot like that, we call him Dan Marley coming up, man. But
Under Dan.
Yeah, he's not on those cats level. Like, you got a tough person. If they was allowed to shoot like, you know, we are today, man, it's just crazy. But Shaq and Aiden, they don't belong in the same sentence. But I don't think Shaq will be as effective today as he was playing in the 90s.
I think he still will be. Because
Shaq win.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to dominate down low. Don't get me wrong, but
that's what I'm talking about. He going to strictly just like dominate. Like,
yeah,
you're not going to stop him.
But you know how they play the game today? They set the pick with the big man and then make him guard the player. So how is he going to play that? And he already wasn't a great defender.
He going to do what he's been doing. Drop off of it.
Yeah, and he's going to have Curry eating him up all night.
What else is he going to do?
Look,
you gonna trade threes for twos. That's what you're going to do.
Hey, I bet I can hit more twos than you can hit threes.
Exactly.
Not wide open.
Huh?
Not wide open. You can't.
Hey, when you look at the end of the stat sheet, what do you see more points of? Threes or twos?
Now, don't get me wrong, but like today's the shooting man, like it's just crazy. So I would do what Sean said. If Shaq, I would double him, but if he get anywhere near the basket, we're gonna tackle him and make him shoot free throws.
And that makes sense though.
Huh? What'd you say, Don?
Go ahead, Don.
Oh no, I was just saying which makes sense. Like I would do the same thing. That's why you remember they started doing it after a while. It's called Hack and Shack. So I mean, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, we gonna let him shoot all the free throws he wants, and we gonna let him, because he's gonna be pissed off trying to play defense. He gonna tired of being embarrassed, so he's gonna make a mistake doing Shaq. He gonna push somebody.
No, Shaq would. Who's guarding Shaq nowadays in this league?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Shaq wouldn't dominate. I'm saying like he's still gonna kill. But what I'm saying is when you make him play defense though, it's not gonna be the same, because like you got a Golden State. Every team got 2 or 3 players that can just shoot. I'll make Shaq guard the pick and roll, man, and make the coach make an adjustment.
So every team has a liability on defense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's just gonna have to be just the one.
Right.
You can't have everybody lacking.
But whoever Shaq guard is setting the pick.
That's fine.
We gonna get him out of the lane. He ain't protecting the basket. We gonna make him run around and get tired, man.
But I can promise you this: that foot is gonna still be in the lane. That foot ain't coming out the lane. I promise you that.
And so you gonna have Clay, you gonna have Steph. They're gonna pick their poison, man.
I mean, you at that point you have no choice but to. What else you gonna do? Like, right. I mean, I think he could. I still think like I think David Robinson could play now.
Right.
I think Olajuwon could play now.
Right.
Shaq definitely could play now.
Right.
And so, even though the center is like fading out,
right,
because now you don't really have centers no more. You have people that just shoot. So I don't know, man. I think that they all could play during this era and they could still be dominant. That's just me.
Me too.
But the difference is that, okay, just follow me for this real quick. Kevin Garnett, would you agree changed the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was it. Because him being that height, that's always my boy. We ride together, we die together. No, because my point was, that was unheard of for your small forward to be 6'10", almost 7 feet.
Right.
You know, and so now, if you start watching basketball, these jokers are becoming positionless.
Right.
Like the center is going away, so eventually it's just going to be ball players.
Like you said, Kevin Garnett changed the game because, one, he was what? Almost 7 foot, what? 200 pounds?
200 pounds.
Right.
He can't, nobody power forward. Plus the power forwards back then were what? Maybe 6'6", 6'7", 240, 250?
250, right.
It wouldn't make sense. Now
No.
you got a small forward, and he out there busting ass. Now everybody wants a Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
So, yeah, I agree. I love him. Let me ask you this, and we throwing off random a little bit. I argue with people that Tim Duncan had a better career than Kobe Bryant. What y'all think?
Better career stat wise.
Hold on. Yeah, what you mean when you say better career? As far as what?
As far as, I mean, for one, so he never had a losing season in 20 years.
Tim Duncan.
Yeah. They got the same amount of rings.
Right.
Now, Kobe, if I had to pick, Kobe put people in the seats. So I'll probably pick Kobe over there. But if you're just talking about straight up winning, you can blame it on the system. But Kobe had losing seasons, Duncan didn't, man. So what y'all think about that?
Actually, I thought you was gonna go the MVP route.
Yeah, well, he had that too. I didn't want to Kobe rest in peace. I didn't want to do him too bad.
Yeah, see, I thought that was the route you was gonna go. Like, and that's why I would have been like, yeah, it's a good argument. Like, I agree with you personally. I'm gonna go with Kobe because I really don't care for Tim Duncan because he stopped my man from getting all them championships. So that's just a personal thing against him. But he's a great player. I will never say he's not a great player. But if I had to pick between the two, I would probably go Kobe just because of everything that came along with Kobe. Because you got the good and bad with Kobe. You didn't get the good and bad with Tim Duncan. You just got.
Right. Yeah. What you think, Sean? I mean, don't get me wrong. I do think Kobe's a better player if I was picking which player, is better. What do you think, though, Sean? Just curious.
I got to go with Kobe, too, just because of the simple fact that he carried his team most of the championships, most of it, you know what I'm saying? Tim Duncan had, to me, only time, well, he had Shaq. Kobe did have Shaq, but after that, it was Kobe's team, and he took them championships.
Right.
Kobe, he took the league. Tim Duncan never was the face of the league.
Right.
Kobe Bryant was the face of the league. It was his league. You come in to LA, it was like, oh shit, Kobe.
Right. I definitely think Kobe is the better player. Don't get me wrong. Playing in LA, he had a little advantage as well. But I don't count the MVPs because they're biased. Because Kobe should have way more MVPs than he do. Same with Jordan. It's a little biased. But just from a career perspective, when you look at wins, no losing seasons, that's why I did it just to start some mess when I brought up the topic. And I was just hitting with points, but I was just curious what you guys would think, though.
I mean, it's a really valid argument. It's all gonna be. It's just like who's your top five. It's all gonna be biased, like because you can be like, well, Kobe won 5, and 2 of them he technically won by himself.
Right.
Dave Robinson always had a good team around him. He never didn't have like a bad team.
Right.
So he never really, because you got to think about it. When have you ever heard, up until now, when have you ever heard the Spurs struggling to make it to the playoffs?
Right. True. That's good coaching, good system to me, man.
But that's furthermore the point of like what he had already in place and what Kobe had to endure and go through to get to where he was or where he went to, which was those titles. Because he didn't always have the greatest teams.
Yeah. But, it's crazy to me, man, what I didn't understand with Kobe. But I guess 2 alphas. Kobe got to play one-on-one. He was the best one-on-one player in the world, playing with Shaq. They couldn't double both of them. And Kobe, absolutely at the time, best one-on-one player, period. I don't understand why them 2 couldn't work out, man. It's crazy to me to this day, man.
Come on, GPS.
Right.
It's because like he wanted to prove he could do it without him.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
That was a hater too.
That's really the only reason. Because on the court they're fine. You know what I'm saying? Kobe's like, man, I got to do this without you no more. I don't really want to fuck with you like that no more. I know I can too. So let me just prove it to you. That's why he wasn't too pissed when Shaq left.
Right. Well, it was him and me.
Yeah, but Kobe wasn't going where they wasn't getting rid of Kobe.
I'm about to say that wouldn't have made 0 sense at that time. But all right, fellas, we went over the time, but we got it done today. So see y'all next Saturday. Why I want to keep saying Sunday?